Before we try to go out and ride a motorcycle, it's important that we practice the basic motorcycle skills. We're going to start with mounting. Always approach from the left side if you can. Squeeze that front brake, grasp both handlebars. Swing your right leg over the saddle, straighten and sit. Raise the side stand, that's part of mounting. Then to dismount, we're going to lower the side stand, lean the bike into it, turn the handlebars full lock left. Get off onto the left side of the motorcycle, squeezing the front brake. To start the engine, remember to first turn on three things: the fuel, the ignition key, and the engine kill switch. Then it wouldn't hurt to put the motorcycle in neutral. Turn the choke on if the engine's cold. Squeeze in the clutch lever and hit the starter button. If the engine will stay running, slowly turn the choke off. And then to shut off the engine, it's always engine kill switch first before you remove your hand from the handlebar to turn off the key. And then turn the fuel supply valve off if you're going to leave the motorcycle parked for a while. The next concept we need to understand is how to slip the clutch. We'll use slipping the clutch for getting the motorcycle moving, for smoothing out our shifts, and for maneuvering the motorcycle at low speeds. It's important to understand that the clutch is not on or off, and that somewhere in between we can slip some of the engine's power through the transmission to the rear wheel. So we can squeeze the clutch lever all the way in, that disconnects the engine from the transmission, and then we can ease it out into an area where it slips some of the engine's power, and the further out we go, the more of the engine's power is applied through the transmission to the rear wheel. Good riding posture is important to practice while you're learning to ride so you don't develop bad habits. Sit with your knees against the tank, your feet on the foot pegs, your arms relaxed and not locked, your back straight, and your head and eyes up, looking where you want to go. Assuming we started the motorcycle in neutral, our first shift is going to be down to first gear. So we'll squeeze the clutch lever in all the way, press down on the gear shift lever that puts the transmission in first gear. Then we're going to slip the clutch to get the motorcycle moving as we open the throttle. Then once we've accelerated enough to where the motorcycle wants to be in second gear, we will close the throttle as we squeeze in the clutch. Lift up on the gear shift lever all the way, that'll put it in second gear. Then slip the clutch as we open the throttle. Again, it'll continue to accelerate. Eventually we want to be in third gear. We close the throttle as we squeeze in the clutch, lift, slip, and open. Continue to accelerate. One more shift. Close, squeeze, lift, slip, open. Eventually you'll downshift as you decelerate. That's a very similar process. Close the throttle as you squeeze in the clutch, but now you press down on the gear shift lever, shifting down one gear, slip the clutch, and open the throttle. So it's close, squeeze, press, slip as you adjust the throttle. Close, squeeze, press, slip, and open. Now this is a very important step to learning to ride your motorcycle. Sit on your motorcycle and fake shift it. Without the engine running, without the motorcycle moving, get the coordination down in your garage. So if you have a center stand, put it on the center stand and close, squeeze, lift, slip, open. Over and over and over until you can do it without looking at the controls, and where you can do it at full speed. If you don't have a center stand, you can do it with your feet on the ground and just fake it with your feet. So it's close, squeeze, lift, slip, open. Over and over and over until you can do it at full speed without looking at your hands, without looking down, looking up at a target, and know that you can confidently do it before we get moving. Practice downshifting too. close, squeeze, press, slip, and open. And really stress that slip. Ease that clutch lever out, because as you downshift, it's going to try to pull the engine down with it, and it will create some engine braking on the rear tire. So nice and slow on this slip out. Over and over and over. If you don't have a center stand, fake it with your feet on the ground. Do it until you have it, because when we put you on a running motorcycle rolling down the pavement, you don't want to have to figure out the coordination then. Doing it faster and faster until you've got it, without looking at your hands. I also want you to start thinking of turning and break it down into 4 steps. The street riding technique to turning a motorcycle is to slow, open, look, and press. So that's slow to a suitable entry speed, open the throttle before the corner, look all the way through the corner at where you want to go, and press on the handlebar in the direction you want to turn. So that is slow, open, look, and press. And I'm pressing on the left handlebar to turn left, or on the right handlebar to turn right. These are speeds greater than a walk. When the motorcycle's moving and has its own momentum, you're going to push in the direction to make the motorcycle lean in that direction. So here it is: slow, open, look, and press. Again, slow, open, look, and press. Try to separate the steps as you learn. We'll refine this technique in later exercises. Look at the head turn, looking all the way up at the next corner. Not down at the ground, all the way up at the next corner, or up the road you're going up. Slow, open, look, and press. We're going to do this exercise much later in the course, but I'm just showing it to you here so you can start thinking about what it's going to take to turn a motorcycle. Turning at low speeds is a little bit different, as you'll probably have to slip the clutch, and it'll probably feel more like turning the handlebar than pressing on the handlebar in the direction you want to turn. So it's slow, slip, look, and turn. To stop correctly, we're going to apply both brakes and downshift. So that's the front brake as we squeeze in the clutch lever, apply the rear brake as we downshift to the first gear. Then the left foot will go to the ground first. So that is both hands, front brake and clutch, and then both feet, rear brake and gear shift lever. That's both hands, both feet, left foot to the ground first. Practice this over and over, sitting on your motorcycle, both hands, both feet, left foot to the ground. That's in with both hands, down with both feet, left foot to the ground. You can do it without a center stand, both hands, both feet, left foot to the ground. Just fake it with your toes. Both hands, both feet, left foot to the ground. I want you to separate those two, and that'll become clearer later in the course as we add some things to your technique for stopping in quickly. Now, I'm serious about practicing these skills in your garage. Sit on the bike, take it seriously, and train your brain to do these things before you get out there rolling on a running motorcycle. Get a friend to spot you, or set the computer or phone next to the motorcycle and run through all of them until you can do them full speed with confidence. And don't forget to click to subscribe and to click to buy your CarSuck gear.